and welcome to Off the Handle, the show where we talk to some of Instagram's most interesting people and we get to know just who they really are on and off the handle. You can check us out over on Instagram at Off the Handle. I'm your host, Rudy Jean Rigg, and today on the couch we have 100% That Tim. Hello.
Oh my God, hi.
Welcome to the lounge room.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I want this whole set in my house. But also, I'm so happy to be here sitting with you.
Thank you for stopping by. I have been dying to talk to you because your skits and your sketches that you do about my life, basically, that's what it feels like, both make me feel red to filth and they also make me feel like I'm being completely thrown back to being a teenager.
I love it.
It is so good.
It's my favorite thing when people will comment on my video saying, I feel attacked. I'm like, amazing. My work here is done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel a sense of validation when people feel that way
Yeah.
about watching one of my videos, but in the best way possible. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not, really attacking you, but you feel seen.
Well, it kind of does feel like an attack, especially when,
It feels personal.
especially when you're wearing things that I still have in my closet and you're wearing them as a joke. But
I'm sorry.
for people who may not be like familiar with the sketches that you do, can you summarize in 3 words?
Oh my gosh, 3 words. Okay, emo, nostalgia, Australiana.
Okay, no, but I love that.
Thanks.
And I feel like
I'm impressed that I even came up with 3 words to think about.
I mean, it's very accurate, and also if we were to add like a visual descriptor to it, it would be like someone sitting on the Flinders Street steps in Melbourne. I don't know if you're acquainted like with that image. Like the whole of Australia probably has their own version.
It is so insane. So I'm from Perth, and a lot of so I make nostalgic emo content. 2000s when we were all angsty teenagers. They're the videos I make. I definitely have connected with like emos from all across the land, in this beautiful country.
International emos.
And international emos too.
How did you get into doing, I guess, sketch content? Because like as a funny person, you can take that in a lot of different ways. So how did you find yourself doing sketches?
It was so crazy. Like I had a career in radio. And
oh, really?
Yeah, I'm a radio guru.
Well, we'll come back to that.
Well, yeah, we'll circle back. And that was like my career for about 8-9 years. And then my last job before I started social media in radio was working as a social media producer at the radio station. So social media was kind of all of what I did for work. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but like I think I'm kind of funny. So I'm going to toot.
You don't say.
And then, I think it was like COVID lockdown times where everyone was just online. And I started just posting funny little anecdotal things and then made one skit and it performed quite well for me. And then I was like, oh my God, like I'm going to do this. And then I just threw all my eggs into making skits.
Yeah.
And here I am now, which it blows my mind that I'm like, oh my God, I can't even believe that like I'm a full-time creator. Like, what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is crazy. But
was it like, it was like a video you did wearing a wig. Was it like the wig videos that really like sent you?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I noticed too, like if I was wearing a wig, people loved it. And then if I just was my normal head, people were like, oh, where's the wigs? And then
Where's the real Tim?
Yeah, where is he? But it was funny. I had a couple of wigs from costume parties that I've gone to, and like some friends would have wig parties. So I just had like 3 or 4 wigs lying around the house, and then now my collection has grown, and I feel like I've got like, oh my gosh, like 40 wigs, and I love it, and I love costumes. Like I love, I think over time as it's progressed, I've just gone more and more insane with what I do and like the things I buy. You know what I mean? Like just random costumes and props and everything. But it's fun.
What's the weirdest prop that you have?
Oh, okay. So, well, I'll let you know a secret. So
Okay,
I do like a 2000s emo girl character.
Yes.
And that wig is a 2-parter. So it comes in 2 pieces. And it was a wig I had bought for a jungle themed costume party. And I had turned it on the side and I was like, oh my God, wow. Like I look like an emo. Like what the hell? And then I just got another bit of brown wig to make it look like, real ratty extensions. And I think that's pretty fun. I like that story.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But what's the weirdest thing? probably a bottle of passion pop, a old like 2000s home phone.
Yeah.
And you remember maps, like a map book?
Yeah.
Before life
Like
before.
Like a pamphlet-y thing.
No, like so before we had like GPS and
Yeah.
everything, and you'd be in the car and your mum would be like, "Oh my god, we need the directions to this street," and you open up the big thick book.
Oh, like the Melways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Melways?
That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
was in Melbourne, because
Yeah.
I guess Melbourne
Melways.
ways. Yeah.
I got one of them. That was
Okay.
fun. And I just saw it and I was like, "Oh my god, I love this. I'm going to buy it."
Gosh, those things were like such a challenge to navigate and actually read.
I honestly think about it, and I saw this video actually the other week, and it was just like this person's filming their mum wandering through the airport, and they're like, "It's so hard for me to believe our parents raised us and now we're like raising them, like, and how did they even get us by?" You know what I mean? Like, how did they like, get us on flights? And I'm like, even thinking about my mum now, if she was to open up a Melways, wouldn't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Because I was thinking about this recently, and I was talking about it with someone, and we were like, okay, but the thing is, it looks weird now because they're like, where do I go? And like most of the time, they're looking for a person to help them. And I think, and that's like, sounds really sad.
I know.
But it's like, the fact is, like, before we had the access to the information on our phones, it was like a person who you had to physically seek help from other people, which is terrifying to me because I like to be autonomous and independent.
Same.
And even if there was an attendant, I'd be like, feeling like I couldn't trust them. But that's maybe my schema to deal with.
Oh, that made me feel sad.
I know,
about
I'm
my
sorry.
mum wandering through an airport lost. Like, Mum, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I should be there with you.
I mean, signage could be a lot better at airports, I will say that. I have a lot of like issues, personal vendettas with airport communications.
Rightfully so. I agree.
Yeah.
I support.
I'm yet to find an airport I'm happy with, but I will continue my journey. What's your favorite thing about being a creator?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I think it's like changed over time. Like, I think when I first started, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool, and it is. Like, don't get me wrong, like being a creator is so cool and it's so much fun and I love it. But I think now, after doing it for a few years and getting to know the people who follow me and engage with me a bit more, I really love that I'm able to make people laugh. Like, and I just love that, people feel like joy from, the random things that I'm posting online. Like, I'm wearing this random costume and a wig and people are like, yes. And I'm like, that makes me so happy that, and I think right now, especially with everything that's going on in the world, cost of living, everything, like, I think laughter is just something that we need. And I'm so happy to be someone that can like give that to people. So, oh my God, I feel like I got so emo. Like, that's so nice.
Isn't that your whole thing, being emo?
It is.
I mean, I'm happy to draw the inner emo out. Let me just get a pentagram on the ground and just get some candles
Light
going.
as a feather, stiff as a board.
I know. Start playing Fall Out Boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Fall Out Boy album? Sorry, this is a personal question.
No, look, I would say I'm probably more Panic at the Disco vibes.
Yeah.
But I got to come clean about something.
What?
I'm actually a femo, a fake emo. So I did have an emo phase. I absolutely did. I just loved the look of it, But I was going home and I was listening to Hilary Duff. I was going home listening to Lindsay Lohan. I was going home listening to Britney Spears. Do you know what I mean? But like, if someone at school asked me like, oh my God, what's your favorite band? I'd be like, it's Eskimo Joe. I listen to rock music, But
I'm sorry, I'm shocked.
I know, I'm sorry. I've like burst the bubble now.
All right, fine. Come onto this couch and tell me the truth.
I'm a phony. I'm a fraud.
You're a fraud.
I'm a fraud. I'm a fake. But
I'm
like,
shocked.
One thing I've learned about myself now is that I've jumped on just about every single fashion trend possible. I've gone through it all. And I loved my emo phase. It was so much fun. But I wasn't as hardcore as I think I've let on.
Well, I'll let the other emos know that you need to get your
my emo card revoked.
Yeah, revoked. You can't come to the monthly meetings anymore.
I know. I'm cancelled.
We're going to have to laser your sleeve off. Sorry.
I know. Even tattoos. Like, oh my God, I'm fake.
You're a fake.
I committed to the bit though. Do you know what I mean? I like dyed my hair black. I had snake bites. I got the scars to prove it.
Well, I would say then maybe you're actually not as fake as you say that you are. So
true.
I mean,
it's making me feel better.
I mean, listen, it's like when I say if you write, you're a writer. Paint, you're a painter. It doesn't matter like how good you are. You're doing it. So you committed to the bit, and that's commendable. I do want to go back now and talk about being in radio.
Yes.
Because sitting here with me with microphones must not feel super foreign, right?
No.
So how did you get into it? Did you ever actually work on air?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you give me I know you do a Triple J character.
An impression of that.
Yeah. Can you give me an impression of a radio host?
Okay, do you want like a commercial radio station?
Can we do commercial and then we'll do independent?
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
I love this.
Okay.
G'day, this is DJ Dave. You are listening to the Hits Radio. And coming up in 3 songs' time, we've got Taylor Swift. Oh my gosh, I love it. We've also got your chance to win a couple of movie tickets, but you just have to listen out to the bell and call 131060. Right now, back into the tunes. It's Billie Eilish.
I'm blown away. I'm blown away.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
I mean, I wouldn't act like that when I was on air, but
Okay.
I think, commercial radio gets like a bit of a vibe like that.
It does. You got to really pull the attention of the listener who's sitting in traffic.
Absolutely. I used to imitate, this is really bad, but also if you're listening, hi Ross. Hi
Ross.
He was a workday announcer at a station I was working at, and I would always imitate him, and I would do it to his face, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a behind the back kind of person. And so I'll just like walk into the studio while he's on air, and I'm like, good afternoon, it is Ross with you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, anyway,
Okay.
that was really funny.
Commercial radio, there's a punch to it. Independent radio,
Yes.
how does it differ? And can you show me?
Okay, so then I would say on like an independent station, and this was like actually one of my first kind of videos that I made was an impression of this.
Yeah.
And it's like, what a tuna sandwich. Right now you are listening to It's Timmy Turtleneck here, taking you through a Saturday afternoon. Hope it's a goodie. Gonna play you a brand new track from a band that's blowing up right now in Byron Bay. They're electronic pop punk, smooth jazz, deep house, neo soul reggae band. Gonna play that right after this one. Got a language warning on it.
I'm dead.
I'm dead too.
That is, it's so believable. Like, I think this is what I love about your sketches is that there's a sense of like elevation to them, but you're teeing the line of it being like still in real life, and in a weird way, everyone knows the characters that you do in some way.
Yeah. It's so funny. I mean, I love, observing like life, and then just finding humor in all of the small random things. And I think that's what I find the most joy in making is taking the mickey out of these things that, are sometimes overlooked or not. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. And, I never want to offend anyone with what I do, and I hope they can see the humor in it, especially a radio station that I've imitated. I'm like, I actually like it. I love you guys. I listen. I support, but it's funny also what you guys do, and I think you can agree that it's kind of funny. Yeah,
the love comes out, like whatever you're kind of quote unquote making fun of, or like, pastiching almost, like
it's done with love.
It's done with love.
It's done with love.
There's a little on the end,
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I hope that comes across.
Yeah, it for sure does. What did working in radio teach you, that you were able to bring across to working as a creator?
It's insane. I think about this a fair bit now, looking back at like my career in radio and how much it has helped me do what I do now. And I mean, when I started in radio, I worked my way up. Like I moved to regional towns and, just grinded, worked really, really hard to like climb the ladder and progress. And I got to do a variety of different roles in radio, which was awesome. So like I was on air, and then I was like producing, then I did social media, and I've done operations. So I feel like my knowledge as I left radio was quite like, what's that word?
Holistic?
Oh, yeah, I love holistic. That's so the vibe. Let's go with holistic.
Okay.
I think I found my confidence definitely working in radio, and you work with so many different people as well, from like other talent to, other, producers and things like that. And you're working in spaces where like it's quite collaborative and you get to brainstorm. So like I felt like coming out of radio and just solely focusing on making content, it's been really good because I feel like I've just been in this like real creative, brainstormy space.
I do want to talk about something in particular, and that is your special item, because we ask every single guest to bring in something that's really important to them, something that means a lot. So I am at the point now where I'm wondering what you've brought in.
I'm nervous for you to see it. I'm nervous for everyone to see it.
Okay, go. Should I close my eyes?
Yes.
Okay. Don't, Tim.
Okay.
Can I open them?
Yeah.
I'm so so cursed. I'm sorry.
It is. It's feral.
Oh
and
my
like,
God.
It's dirty. I mean, I got this, I think, when I was like a baby.
Yeah.
And I've had it ever since. So this is 30 years old.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah,
For
you
those,
can touch it if you
oh
want.
my goodness, I will. And for
My
those,
apologies. It's feral.
I'm scared. For those of you who are listening to the show, Tim, do you want to describe who you've brought in?
This is my Bugs Bunny soft toy that I've had since birth. Yeah. And my mum would say, like, I would never leave the house without it. And I was always just holding on to it. And then when I was moving out of home for the very first time, my mum was like, oh, you're surely not going to take that. I'm like, yes, I am.
Mother.
How dare you even say that?
Oh my gosh, there's a part of my soul in
It
here.
is a part of my soul.
Oh, I'm a bit worried. The eyes seem to have been scratched out.
Yeah. I probably did that in a fit of rage.
Yeah, I'm really scared.
It's feral. We can say it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty.
It feels like maybe a stray dog, or like it just hasn't had a chance to be acclimatized to home life yet.
I know.
I kind of, you know what? I love this. I feel like you've really, I hope by sharing this, you feel like you've helped other people feel okay about having their own little plushie. Because I feel like, I feel like a lot of people do, and like they'll never throw it out.
Yeah.
But it's like no one wants to talk about it, and I really respect you coming in and sharing this little guy with us.
Absolutely. Normalize talking about your childhood toys.
Hey, I mean, listen. That's why we have memory boxes. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to pass him back to you now.
so
Maybe we
much.
want to place him on the couch because I don't want to shove him away. That feels rude.
Do you want some hand sanitizer?
No.
Like, I don't know. Like, even seeing it just like does something to my inner child.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, that's me.
What do you think about when that comes into your mind?
I feel I've always been like a very, you know, as a kid, and like big personality, super dramatic, and all the confidence in the world. And I feel like as a teenager, I kind of lost my way a little bit. And
The emo phase.
The emo phase, exactly. I'm not as fake as I made it out to be. But yeah, and so I think seeing it now, I almost feel like, oh, like, you're a slay bitch. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for swearing. Oh my gosh. You know, like, you are a slay king, and you know, you are awesome. And like, that version of me who was holding on to that as a child would be so incredibly proud of like what I'm doing right now.
Let's shift gears a little bit.
Yes.
I want to talk to you about maybe some gossip you'd like to share.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love a little bit of juicy gossip.
Same. We love a goss.
I want to know, has any like celebrities jumped into your DMs to like tell you that like they're a big fan?
One. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Yeah. So I've had a few celebrities share my videos.
Really?
Snooki, and I was like,
What?
oh my God.
What's Snooki sharing?
Snooki, she shared like the video was like 12-year-old me at a sleepover, and like in the video I'd like turn the lights out and it's, you know, like a dark room. It's just me being like, if there's a spirit in the room, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, she shared it. I was like,
Okay.
Snooki, what are you doing here? Like, what? So I really loved that. But I had JoJo. I actually think I slid into her DMs. JoJo, like, leave, get out, not Siwa.
Okay, I was going to say, which
Original
JoJo? The OG JoJo. Yep.
OG
okay.
JoJo.
Yep.
And she, I think, shared one of my videos. No, that's right. She started following me.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And
Yeah.
then I think I was like really thirsty. So I messaged her and I was like, oh my God, I love you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did JoJo
So
reply?
adorable. Yes, she did.
Oh my God, what did she say?
Look.
Please.
And I got really nervous because I was like, oh my God, she's going to think I'm so cringe and embarrassing.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but have you seen your videos?
I know.
But it's so good. I think, but that's the thing. The cringe. I want to know your opinions on cringe.
I
But
love
let's.
cringe.
See, me too. Cringe is in.
Cringe is in.
And also-
Embrace your cringe. Be cringe.
Yes.
You know, no one cares. Be cringe. You know, and if they're cringing at you, then they're the ones with the problem. That's my viewpoint on the
Yeah.
situation. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm really passionate about
No,
being
I
cringe.
am passionate, but
And because some people are like, oh my God, you're so cringe. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's what I'm going for. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah. So Jojo, what did she say?
JoJo, okay, no, I slid in. Oh, how embarrassing.
Can you read it out? Can you do dramatic reading?
So she'd followed me.
Yeah.
And then I had replied to her story. Welcome to Australia.
No, you didn't.
How embarrassing.
Oh my God, did you put like a little kangaroo?
No, love hearts.
Okay, great. Okay,
Love hearts
fine.
with
You
a
didn't take it too
sparkle.
far.
Then she'd shared one of my videos and I replied to that. And I was like, screaming, love you. Thank you for sharing. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. She responded, obsessed WU. So
Okay.
obsessed with you.
Yep.
Where do you live? I'm in Noosa, RN. And I was like, oh my God, I live in Perth. This sucks. And then I was like, I can't cope. I'm in Perth. I hope your time in Australia has been amazing. How long are you here for? And she hasn't even seen it.
When did you send that last one?
This was on the 22nd of November, 2023. Do you know what happened actually?
Okay.
I've stopped, but I would DM Ariana Grande like repeatedly because I love her so much. Like I'd have a couple glasses of wine and then I'm like DMing Ariana Grande. Like how embarrassing.
What would you say to her?
Like, I love you, you're amazing. Let me show you. On the 17th of January, 2019, I messaged Ariana Grande saying, I never know if you ever see these, but I'm going to keep sending you this, girl, because I just love you and I can't wait for 7 rings. Like, oh my God, how embarrassing. Like, I actually messaged her like I know her. Like we're best friends that we're already communicating. Like,
Oh, my
hi,
God.
I love you and I love thank you next. Please announce Australian tour dates. That was on the 15th of Feb 2019. Ew, how embarrassing.
Oh, can
My
I see?
whole dream, yeah.
There's so many.
Oh my God. And like so many love
Do
hearts.
you mind? Can I actually read it? Can I read it out?
Oh my God, I'm so scared. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassing. Ew. Ew. Oh no. Oh no.
9th of August 2018, 15th of September 2018, 4th of November 2018. 2018 was the year of Ariana.
It was the year.
2019, 2019, 2019, 2019. Oh my God, 2020. Like, oh my God. And then you're mentioning her in your stories. 8th of March this year was the month.
I know. It's like so random. It's just like, I don't know if people would expect me like, hey, I'm Tim Collins and like I like DM Ariana Grande like on a regular basis and she's never replied. Like how embarrassing. And I just like, I don't know. It's like, I feel better talking about it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like a weight's off my chest. But I mean, you're seeing the messages. They're so embarrassing. Like she was going through a really hard time too.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, babe, like I love you so much.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're so strong. Like, you know. So
Yeah.
I've absolutely visualized myself meeting Ariana Grande and
Yeah.
then like we become best friends and she follows me back on Instagram. But then I'm like, how does this happen? Like, how do I go, oh my God, like, please just ignore like the 50 messages I've sent you?
I would say embrace it, but that's just me.
But what if she's like, oh, you're a freak. I can't be your friend.
Well, then she would probably, I guess she has a right to say that. I don't know. I mean, I don't think
I've ruined my chance to be friends with Ariana
I don't think
Grande.
you have. I don't think you have. That can't be the only embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you.
You know when randomly you'll just be like minding your own business, going about your day, and then you think about that weird thing that
Yeah.
you were like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
It happened. I was at like a influencer event thing, and the Inspired Unemployed guys were there, and they were walking through the crowd and saying hello to people, and I had my hands full at the time, and one of them was like, oh hey mate, and I was like, oh my God, like I just kind of was like a stunned mullet. I was like, anyway, then I saw that he had his hand out, and then so I'm putting my phone and my drink aside to like shake his hand back, and then by the time I did that, he'd already put his hand away.
No.
And then he's like turned, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. And then I ended up just being like, I'm so sorry. Please shake my hand. Like,
What?
This is like so embarrassing. We tried to like shake hands and yeah, it was awkward.
And then you didn't back down. You didn't go, oh, don't worry about it. You literally were like, I have put my drink down for you.
I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We did this awkward thing to shake hands. Like, please shake my hand.
What was the response?
He like acknowledged, like, oh yeah, like I thought you didn't want to shake my hand. Like, oh, I'm sorry, my hands are full. It was just like one of those weird interactions.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. And I just think about it like from time to time where I'm like, oh my God, how embarrassing.
I mean, that couldn't have been as bad as like waiting outside the room to interview Jack Black in a panda outfit, though. Please tell me that's not as bad. You can't
Oh
tell
my
me they're
God.
equitable experiences.
You know, it was so like, I don't know why sometimes like I just like get these ideas in my head and I think it's going to be really funny. And I mean, I think it paid off. Like it was really funny. I
Yeah.
think you liked it. I hope. Anyway, but like,
What was the thought process?
well, I was
Oh,
like, oh
no.
my God, I'm going to be interviewing Jack Black for Kung Fu Panda. And I was like, I'm going to wear a panda costume. And then I found this inflatable panda costume online. I bought it. And then it wasn't literally until I'm in the waiting room to go in to interview Jack Black that the thought of what if he actually is like, this isn't funny. Who is this weird kid? Like, what the hell? Why did you do that? And then I was spiraling, freaking out for like, you know, the 3 minutes that I was waiting until I was just about to walk in the door. Anyway, luckily he liked it. It was good. But it was like so noisy and like, yes, and I couldn't move. I'm like dripping in sweat. And then like my costume's deflating, like as I'm speaking to him. He was like, oh my God, we need to blow you up. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I like turned the little fan on and we just sat there for a couple of minutes while my costume inflated. Oh my gosh. There's so many random moments actually that I think about that I'm like, oh my God, that keeps me up at night.
Is that like your kind of interview style? You just try and like push the boundaries of like...
Yeah, I think about like, I mean, I've only really interviewed Jack Black and I would love to do more of it. But I also think these people are like, back to back to back to back interviewing, you know, I'm like, what will set me apart and what will also set the chat apart? You know, what is going to be something different that's not like, so, oh my God, how was the movie? You know, like what's something different? And I felt that like if I went in there with and I love dressing up, like I love costumes. Oh my gosh, I think I love costumes more than I like normal clothes. And like my costume collection is just like out of control. I need to do some culling. But like it's fun, it's silly. I love being fun and I love being silly and I love being cringe and like yeah, I just felt like if I had nothing to talk about, at least I'm just sitting there in a panda costume and if we sat there in silence while he stared at me in the deflating panda costume, I thought that will be kind of funny. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Spend 5 minutes with me and Jack Black while my man just
I know. But it was good. We ended up singing Beyonce Halo together.
Oh.
And then, yeah. And he even said to me on the way out, he was just like, thank you for your extra effort today. And I was like, I didn't ask you like hardly any of the questions that I had prepared, but like, slay.
Oh man, what a good sport.
He was so nice. Like, I don't know. I think he's exactly like you'd imagine Jack Black to be. Just a really nice, you know, just, yeah. Very nice.
As he kind of appears on screen, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What are you working on?
Oh my God, what am I working on? Oh my God. Okay, actually. So this is kind of fun, like a bit of an inside scoop. But anyway, so I made this video imitating Australian bands. I did this
one.
Wait,
the 3-part.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wrote this song. So posted the video, it's been fun. Anyway, then I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna make this a song. So I'm literally in the process of making this a song. And
really?
It'll be a song. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you're going to actually release it?
I'm going to release it. How random.
Oh my God.
But yeah, it's definitely like a comedy fun song. And I don't know, I just had this random idea. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to make it a song.
I've seen a lot of like comedy musicians really come up. Tom Cardy is a good example. And I love the stuff they do. So I'm really keen to see where you go with this. And I really hope that you know, it becomes something that we see you do more often.
Oh my God, I would love it. Like, it was just a random video I did. And then I thought, oh my God, how can I like take this to another level, you know, and also like have it as something that the people who enjoy my content can have and listen to and laugh. And if they hate it, amazing, they hate it. But like, whatever, you know, it's fun.
That is so, I can't wait. I cannot wait to listen to it. Is there going to be a music video?
Well, this is the other thing too. I'm like, oh my gosh, do I make a music video? Like, what do I do? Oh my God. So that's something in the right now that I'm currently doing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing and thank you for being on the show.
No, oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me and letting me spiral so much about Ariana Grande. And I really actually shed a lot on this couch.
I'm glad.
So I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing in Bugs. If people do want to find you, they can find you on Instagram over at 100% that Tim. And if you want to catch more of Off the Handle, you can, of course, find us over on Instagram at Off the Handle. But until next time, I have been your host, Rudy Rigg, and you have just flown off the handle.